Hey, Monday morning caffeine. Good morning. Let me get a little bit more light so you can see my ugly face this morning. Good morning, Dave Globin with you. We're live on my profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. There are terrible. I could keep saying terrible rainstorms, thunder, snow up in the north between us here in Florida. I don't know how it is up along the northeast, but I'll find out later. We'll talk to our mothers and other relatives up in the northeast. It's probably bad. So if you don't have to go out today and it looks bad where you are, stay inside and be safe. It's just not worth what could happen to you. Stay inside, be safe, play on the internet, do something, play with a fidget spinner all day. That's something we could talk about for a few minutes. I want to thank my wife, Donna, who in the last couple of months has gotten me two really interesting fidget spinners. This one's the original one. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the original one that I got that I play with a lot. And this one, they were at the Strawberry Festival in Green Cove, Florida, and she got me one with strawberries on it, which was really cool. Uh, I know that this one was made by on a 3D printer, and one day that might be interesting to learn how to do or know how to do. And but anyway, it may not have been built on a 3D printer. I just thought I heard in the background, but so I may be wrong. But anyway, what?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Both
This
of
one, I guess, was not made on a 3D
No,
printer.
both of them.
They both were made on a 3D printer. Okay. So if you have a 3D printer and you're in the northern part of Florida, I guess that's what I'll say this morning. Northern part of Florida, and you make them, you could send me a catalog, and who knows? I might buy a few more. May take the catalog and use it to send people to your website, and maybe they'll actually buy one. Uh, if it's not too difficult for you to put something on each of the squares, then people might actually want to order one customized for themselves. As I said the other day, I always have, usually right now, the white one here with strawberries on it in my hand all the time. Uh, I don't know if it's part of having dementia or if it is part of having Parkinson's or both. That sometimes I just have to have something in my hand when I'm doing a broadcast. Uh, One of these days, I have to sit down and find the experts and get an expert to come on to a morning caffeine and maybe do a 7 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, uncensored, and just talk about it. Find some people who are dealing with it like I am, and find some doctors and just talk about it. Because I don't know if you'll get the whole story from one doctor, and there's always something in your Facebook news feed that tells you if you do this or you buy that, you could uh, stop it. You might even be able to reverse it. I don't know if I believe any of that, but uh, you know, there are people that are chasing that. I think I'm trying to just learn to live with it and hope that it doesn't affect anything that I do in life too badly. Let's see. Let's get over here and try that. And let's see if I can get this. I had a fluke as usual with Facebook over the weekend, I went into settings and privacy and I cleaned out everywhere it said I was logged on, but I really wasn't logged on, meaning that I wasn't sitting in front of a device of mine. And I cleared it out. And in doing that, I disconnected my phone from Facebook, so I had to do that at 4 o'clock this morning. And then it looks like this tablet is going to act up and have to be re-signed in. And let's see if I can do it. We'll give it a mobile number if I can get. No, it's not going to give me. There it is. Let's see if I can give it a mobile number. I don't need you to find my account. I don't need you to find my account. Now give me a mobile keyboard. There it is. I need numbers so that I can give it. I need numbers. I don't need you. I need. You put that in, and if I remember, the password is. I know this is a highly entertaining broadcast as I try to get logged back into Facebook on a. I can't remember. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway, as I said, spend the rest of the day playing with whatever computers you locked yourself out of and get yourself back into them if that's what you need to do. Stay off the roads if it looks bad in your area. And when it doesn't look bad, then go ahead and go out. Let's see, it's Monday. There will be the American Rebellion, unless for any reason it has to be canceled tonight due to weather. 7 p.m. on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook, sometimes on X and Rumble and a few other places. So hopefully that will happen. We will not be back with a Boogie with the Bull morning caffeine on Wednesday because, yes, I got another doctor's appointment on Wednesday and I won't make it back in time. So our next one will be Red Friday morning caffeine on Friday. I'm not planning a Tuesday, Thursday Boogie with the Bull Uncensored this week just because, as I said, I'm still working on some ideas. I'm going to work on some ideas. So I still have the need for a break to put some ideas together. If you have some ideas together, then why don't you let me know? You can come on to the broadcast and be a part of it if you wish, or you can give me some ideas. And if we like the ideas, then maybe the two of us can sit and talk about it and plan it. And I will come on and do it myself. I want to go along the lines of politics and whatever comes out of our mouths. Because just about everybody is talking about politics, and it's the same old politics every day. I don't mean to be rude at all, but it's the same old politics every day. It's still getting the rare earth deal signed between the United States and Ukraine. And once that's done, then we can move to peace between Ukraine and Russia. And everybody's on all different sides of the equation as to how it's going to work out. Some people believe it's going to be a United States and Russia advantage over Ukraine. Some believe it's going to be a Russia advantage over Ukraine. You know, they just got to figure out a way to work it out equally, really. Honestly, they just have to figure out a way to work it out equally. And if they can, they will. And if they can't, they won't. And if they won't or can't, maybe it's going to be World War III. I don't really know. I don't want it to be World War III, but maybe it will end up being World War III. So stay home, pay attention to what's going on outside, drink some coffee. If you are looking for good coffee, go to the Fat Cup Coffee Company Facebook page. It will take you over to fatcupcoffeecompany.com and take a look around. I think they're one of the best darker roast coffees that you will ever try. If you like a dark roast coffee, then you will be happy. If not, take a look around. They probably have lighter roasts. And I do know that some of their coffees, or did read, I thought that some of their coffees can be packed in K cups. So if that is important to you, then you have an option for K cups. The last Boogie with the Bull uncensored coffee cup, because only 2 were made. I have one because Jen Woodruff gave me one. I'm going to take the spoon out. There it is. And it's the same one that I say is always a true bipartisan coffee cup. If you hold it in your right hand, people know that you respect President Trump and you're happy with some of the things that are going on right now. And if you hold it in your left hand, they know that you are a leftist Democrat, socialist wingnut who may not be happy about anything right now. And you watch Boogie with the Bull to get an idea of what Republicans are happy with, just so that you have an idea of what to be mad at us every day on Facebook. That's not going to work right now, I don't think. I don't think that's going to work. Nope, it's the wrong password. Okay, play with that tablet a little bit later this morning. I can't have it written down in front of me to put it into that tablet. I know it, I just can't remember it. So we'll play with that in a few minutes. Anyway, it's a good day to play with your computers, go through them, run your software, your virus software a few times. If you got the Windows 11 update the last Tuesday, it's a good idea to get that in and go do some looking around on what you can do with it. If you get confused, I'm sure there are computer gurus out there that can help you, or go down to the nice people at Geek Squad and talk to them, or your friendly neighborhood computer store and talk to them. I'm sure they will be able to help you. So far, the last 2 big Windows 11 24H2 updated copies went in by themselves and got down to the point where they needed the final restart. So they were just waiting that when I turned the computer on that morning, they restarted. They seemed to work fine. The other day, watching one of the guys that tells you on YouTube videos, try this, try that. And I tried the malicious software tool, which I know we all have, that if you hold down the Windows key and the letter R at the same time, and then you type in MR2, and then you hit next, it brings you to the malicious software tool screen, and it gives you a choice of whether or not you want to run a quick scan, a full scan, a custom scan, and one other scan that I can't remember. I have run it now 2 or 3 times, haven't found any problem. But then again, remember, that does not mean that there isn't any problem. It's a good sign that there isn't any problem. I haven't found any problems with that, and I'm happy so far. If I find a problem, then I'll let you know what I found and how I had to deal with it. Other than that, like I said, go enjoy the rest of your day, either inside safe, or just be careful if you have to go outside. Okay. And like I said, we will not be back on Wednesday because I have a doctor's appointment and will not get home in time. So there will not be one Wednesday morning. There's the American Rebellion is 7 p.m. Wednesday night, so come watch me there. if you really want to see me Friday morning, there will be a Red Friday Morning Caffeine. I hope that Randy will be back on the desk with me and anyone else. If there are, we always do say that if there are veterans or if there are active military that can come on and talk about being in the service and all of that good stuff, you are more than welcome to join us. And I'm going to go out with, I guess I harped on some friends of mine who are former government workers. And I discussed it with a relative of mine who may or may not become a former government worker. That's all I'm going to say at this point. I guess they did, in fact, get screwed in the sense that their government contract appears to include Social Security when they retire, along with their different pensions and anything else that they did before they retired that might have a pension too. But it limits what they get to $6 a month. No, that's wrong. I don't care which president or which Congress did that. That's wrong. That's as bad as me having worked over 40 years, and I can honestly say only paying taxes for 30 years of it, but working for 30 years, paying taxes, having employers match it when there were employers, and then Social Security say, no, you only get $6 a month. It's wrong. Okay. So maybe that's something that we have to light a fire under the butts of Republican and Democrat congressmen and senators and other people within the government. Maybe even make sure that those people are not losing their Social Security when Elon Musk and the Doge people finish going through Social Security. I will say this: if you're 150 years old and up to as high as 330 years old and you're still alive and you're collecting Social Security and you are actually collecting it and you're cashing it and you're using it to support yourself, I don't have any problem with you collecting that because I hope that I'm still 330 years old one day and I'm still here and collecting it and supporting myself. Had another interesting discussion with someone, and they used the word stepson and they used the word step grandchildren. I have never felt that my three sons or any of my grandchildren, and there are three of them, are steps. Okay. I don't always know how they feel about me, and sometimes I earn however they may feel about me. But I have never felt that any of my grandchildren or my three sons are steps. Okay. I joke sometimes that I got children the old fashioned way. I married their mother. But I love my wife. I love my sons. And I love my grandchildren. And I do want to apologize to my two youngest grandchildren, Thomas and Sophia, because I was sitting in a doctor's office, a cognitive therapy session the other day, and I couldn't remember their names. And I felt really bad. And my cognitive therapist will back me up. Just could not remember their names. And maybe that is something that comes with whatever's growing in my head someday or growing in your head someday. And there are lots of different things that cognitive therapists will give you to remember things that are important. And you have to pick the ones that you feel work best for you. because it's important. It's just important, you know. Still waking up every morning. I can remember my name. I can remember my wife's name. I can remember names of people that we live with. I can remember names of dogs. You know, but you know, a lot of different things you can do. A lot of different things I can do. And as I have said over the last 3 years, if anybody wants to get together on a 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I can do it, Thursday when I can do it, and just kick back on how this thing is difficult for us and difficult for our families, you are more than welcome to bring your families. Some family members will join, some families won't. Some might sit in the background and say this and that. That's quite welcome too. But I have been threatening to do that broadcast for 3 years now, and it's time to do it. Someone else said rebrand your broadcast. That might help you grow and get bigger. No, I'm not rebranding the broadcast. I've been Boogie with the Bull for 15 and a half years on Facebook, and I'm going to remain being Boogie with the Bull for the next 15 and a half years on Facebook. Because I'm Boogie WT Bull everywhere I can't be Boogie with the Bull. So I'm just not going to do that. Might rebrand some groups that have low numbers and just haven't seemed to grow. American Regulators has 160, I think, 160 people. Since we did the massive cleanup and we booted almost 1,400 members that aren't even on Facebook anymore. So join that group if you want to join that group. When Jim Bowles started that group, it was a hardcore pro Second Amendment group. I can't find Jim Bowles anywhere on the internet that I know that he was, which hopefully means that he's very busy doing his job and might not have the time for Facebook, but very busy doing his job. And if you want to talk about the Second Amendment, there's always space in there to talk about that. I got invited by John Bailey into another group, which is pro Second Amendment. And I explained when I went in that I don't own a gun, and I don't own a gun, partly because of what's growing inside of my head, and partly because I don't want to own one. It has nothing to do with the constitutional right to own a gun. It has fear that if I aimed a gun at someone and they jumped me, they're going to get the gun out of my hand and I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. Or I'm going to get seriously hurt. And I don't want to get seriously hurt. So, to all of you in the United States of America that feel you need to own a gun and carry a gun, yes, I support your right to own a gun and carry a gun. And I hope if I'm ever in a situation that someone needs to fire a gun, that I'm near one of you. But I personally don't think at this stage of what's growing in my head and growing in my body that owning a gun and relying on me being able to have to fire a gun is the best thing. You know, I joke around that maybe a Rottweiler might be the best thing for you to have, but that's not necessarily true. You know, crazy people shouldn't own a gun. Crazy people meaning the people that want to break into your house and steal what's in your house that isn't theirs should not own a gun. We can talk about that in the future because I'm crazy and I don't want to own a gun. So that's just me. I'm going to end this because I'm going to end this now. Like I said, go enjoy the weather inside because It may not be safe to be outside where you are. If anybody reads my posts in the Facebook news feed and knows how you can play some of these driving simulator games with the arrow keys on your keyboard, because some of them you can play and some of them you can't play, provided your laptop is able to handle playing the game, and mine is. You can use the arrow keys, and I can't do that because that requires using the my right hand, and my right hand isn't as quick as a driving hand using arrows. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know, because those are the games that I want to play right now. And steering wheels, pedals, and the little cages that you can connect all them to are not in our budget right now for me to have one of them. Anyway, good morning, Lily Priest, and everyone else. Good morning, Larry Estes. I see the two of you are watching. I'm going to end this now, and I've been saying that probably for the last hour and a half. And allow my wife to go back and watch what she enjoys watching, which are crochet videos and maybe Law and Order SUV and all of the Chicagos, because I actually like those. I'm having a problem watching on a laptop screen just because it's a laptop screen. So that's just me. But anyway, go out there and try to make it the best day that you can. Brew a pot of coffee, and if you read something good on the internet, there's plenty of groups of mine that you can post it in on Facebook, or you can bring it up in a conversation on Threads, or you can go to X and bring it up there. Or that's about the only places I can tell you to go. Anyway, this is part of the program where I say you've been watching Boogie with the Bull Monday Morning Caffeine, the Let's Get This Week Started edition, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. Like I said, we won't be here Wednesday at 10 a.m. We will be here Friday at 10 a.m. We will be on the American Rebellion in our co-host chair, whichever one it is, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday this week at 7 p.m. No Boogie with the Bull Uncensored, 7 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday this week. And that's about all I have to say. Hi, my name is Kevin. Oh, that's Restream, which was telling me we had a problem connecting, but then all of a sudden it did connect, and we're here, and it works. And odds are that it was just probably delayed because of the weather between us in the northern part of Florida and wherever Restream is and Facebook is and everybody else is. So not too well worried about it. Randy Rhodes, I hope you feel better. Has a serious cold that's going through his house. His wife and his daughter have it, and they passed it to him. And you may see him on later in the day. If you do get a chance to watch him, watch him. All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy is his business. Very good. Enjoys what he does. Has all the equipment, all the networks that he needs to get on and get the information. And you will be surprised with what he finds. Now he's giving you 30 minutes free of his time to go in and see what he can find and see if you want to become a client. The rates are the lowest of anybody that does it on the internet, as far as I know. I don't know anybody else on Facebook that does it. And I'm not looking up anybody else on the internet to see, because I just think he does a good job. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to hit this one and give you double beats for victories that this Boogie with the Bull broadcast came to an end. We're going to come over